what's been the biggest surprise for you working remotely? Because really, I mean, there are things we're doing here and there to make the weekends work, but pretty much we're working remotely. What's been your biggest surprise? Yeah, Justin.
So I am an extrovert of extroverts, and I didn't think about it actually going into this, how I would actually get a little depressed from not being around people.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest challenge for me, and also the biggest just kind of surprise. Like, I didn't expect that. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
So last week I had a couple days where I was really blue, and I know I have some tools now, and I know that sometimes you just got to give yourself the space to feel it.
Yeah.
But don't focus on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to do, is I just had to let myself be there and then walk through it and come out the other side of it. Because I feel great now. But a couple days ago, I mean, I thank God for friends, because Roger called me. He's like, "Hey, I'm worried about you. I know you're an extrovert and you're like being around people, but you're not. Are you doing okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm really not." And, so I think that's been, for me, that's been the challenge, is I just stinking miss people like bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, that's good. Somebody else.
I would tag on to that and say living alone. And for me, it's like, it just seems like one endless day.
Mhm.
You know, you just do the same thing day in and day out, and the night comes and it's on and on. Yes, I'm busy during the day with work things, but I know this about myself, that I'm fueled by being around other people.
Yeah.
I love that piece of it. I love the interaction. I love relationships. And so that has been the biggest struggle, that piece of depression, kind of trying to settle in and, you know, and then trying to figure out, okay, there's so many new things that we're doing, that we're putting our time and effort into. My role is shifted, doesn't appear as valuable in some areas. So this, just wrestling through all of that.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's good. Yeah. How about you, Bronson?
Yeah. What I found was that I could get really distracted pretty easily. In a sense, when we first started working remotely, I had like my personal TV on my desk along with my computer. And it was really easy for my focus to be shifted off of my computer, even if I thought I could just have a video in the background playing. Just some people just like sound to stay focused. And I found myself getting very easily distracted. And so almost like with nobody there to make sure things are going right or going well, like your manager or supervisor or other coworkers where you're working together, it's very easy to get distracted.
Yeah. No, so true.
I got one quick one.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed that I hadn't seen in a long time in my life is kind of my old nature of getting short with people when I feel kind of stressed a little bit. When I'm not quarantined, you know, you have outlets. You know, you're distracted and you're moving around. But in the home, I've really seen that characteristic that I don't like about myself, which used to be true years and years ago, where it was pretty natural for me just to get short when I just was feeling tense and like I, you know, boxed in a little bit. And so I've just been trying to manage that, and that's just a real thing for me.
Yeah. No, that's good. I appreciate you sharing that. That's true. And I think that's happening to a lot. Well, it's happening to me. I'm sure it's happening to all of us, but it's good. Biggest surprise. Yeah. Pastor Jennifer.
Oh, I was just going to say that something that we had to get used to in my home is my husband and I both working full time, and our jobs being both equally important, as well as homeschooling our kids, and how do we work that out, and how do we get chores done and meals, and you know, there was a couple tense moments that we had to work through. Now we're doing great, but something I learned, just to kind of piggyback off of Pastor Tim, is that I can have conversations and be honest, but not be emotional about it. And when we're able to talk about it, it goes a lot better than, you know, waiting to get upset about it.
Yeah,
and then we come to an agreement.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Well, you know what, Pastor Craig, I'll teach you what we talked about yesterday on the Heights Kids Show.
There
So
you
when
go.
we're feeling emotional, we
Yes.
have to pause, right? So
Yeah.
you got to take a pause and let's go deal with our emotions and think about what would Jesus do.
There it is.
Oh, there's that good phrase. Yeah. That's a throwback.
No, but really what I did with that was just, I had to spend that time with the Lord of working through my thoughts of what are my emotions and my expectations. Maybe they're too high of the other person or of my family members, and working through that and siphoning through that, then going and talking to, my husband about it.
Yeah.
And then it's just, it's not personal,
Right.
it's just, these are what we need to work out,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Pastor Serge, I know with you got little ones in the house. How has it been for you? What's the biggest surprise for you?
Well,
Other than them popping up and their heads popping up in the video in our meetings, which is a nice surprise for us.
yes. Well, I don't know if I would call it a surprise, more of a realization that technology actually allows us to get a lot of things done. We're definitely missing the human aspect of people, but what was surprising to me is how much we can actually get done remotely. With that said, when you have little kids, that ratio just goes down with how much you can actually get done remotely. So I've been having to kind of possibly leave the house and go somewhere else to work. But
yeah,
the dynamic is interesting. Absolutely love our kids, but they can get under your skin, if I'm just to be honest. Is that okay?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, true.
And
Reality.
I could relate to Pastor Tim. I mean, I've caught myself a few times of can't you see I'm trying to work? But they're kids; they don't know. So it's been a challenge, but we're working through it, and it's been up and down, and it's been fun, and it's been hard. So I don't know if that answers the question, but that's life.
Yeah. No, I think so too. Yeah, I think one of the big surprises for me, because I've got two teenagers, their school actually never paused. I know a lot of the schools paused and didn't do anything for a couple of weeks so they could get connected. My kids did not do that. They immediately went home and they had homework to do, projects to do. In fact, if anything, they loaded up on the projects. And so they're scattered around the house in all the good places. So I am relegated to my bedroom on the bed. It is so uncomfortable. I hate it. And I have so little privacy. It's maddening. And I thought I could acclimate to this so well, but I haven't. I don't love that. That's been a surprise to me. I actually thought I would acclimate to it better than I have. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Anybody else want to chime in on that one? Any surprises? Yes, Pastor Jennifer.
I actually really wanted to, or I went into this with a lot of goals. I want to spend time with my kids and make the most of it and just enjoy them and do all of those mom things that I always have wanted to do and not had time. But what I found is I didn't have the time, actually. I'm just as busy or busier. And so, and I don't want them to feel ignored. And I don't want them to just be on devices and not having the interaction that I would like them to have or the exercise. So I've had to be really intentional about, okay, I'm going to do one special thing with them each day. And it doesn't have to be big, but it's something special that I can do with my kids. Yeah. And so that's been really great. But I've had to have grace with myself too. So if I'm exhausted, I'm exhausted, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.